So yeah, basically, let's see a little bit what's happening here. Today we are liquidity hunters, basically, and we will analyze a little bit, the situation here. We do go on a 4 hour, yes, on a 4 hour charted, and here we do see like it's crashing. Well, it's not exactly crashing, but this is exactly what you see. These areas is the liquidity. As you can see, every single area having covered, and right now it took this liquidity. From the moment that it took this liquidity, now the next thing we have to see is a reaction to it. Um, the liquidity clearly you can see it on a 1 minute chart. Why? Because this is the charts which does show you what exactly happening into any area. Um, let's have a look what happened. We do see liquidity here. All of these people are shorts. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We try to crash, but here you can actually see you can actually see what is happening. You can see big volume, and oh come on, it's a bit mess. So you can see big volume. These spikes are liquidity grabs. So the liquidity from here has been taken from this big boy. Why? Because it's literally the stop losses. Yeah, maybe today or tomorrow or any day, this area will be revisited, but we don't look so far. What we can actually see in this area is clearly this liquidity has been grabbed, and this liquidity has been grabbed as well from this area. This stop losses has been closed, and people, this liquidity is a grab from 4 hour. Yeah, from 4 hour. So this liquidity is from this area. So why did we went long on this one from the moment that it's crashing? Because clearly our targets are small. We are not going after a very big percentage. Of course, sometimes it does give us around 10. So this liquidity has been grabbed, but this area need to be revisited in order, because what's happening here is it does using the liquidity as fuel. So, for example, if something is on downtrends, in order it cannot go straight away down, it does need to grab some liquidity, if not all of it. Let's have a look in this. The liquidity from here has been grabbed because all of these are longs. This one, and after, so you do see a massive volume, this massive volume, and after starts go down, 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 and it's crashed. So now it's the moment when everything stabilize, and we are about to hit TP. Our target profit will be $150, but it's not a lot, but it's something. Today Bitcoin gave us something good because the CPI was smooth. Bitcoin traded sideways. Nice. Now we're just waiting. Time talks. As you can see, it wasn't ready basically to move. target is literally 3.5%. You think 3.5% is not a lot, but if your capital is pretty nice and strong and big, then it's something fantastic, and it is going slowly, slowly. Clearly looks like this area was a liquidity grab from this one. Every, as you can see, every single area, need to be revisited in order, because all of this is liquidity, and in order for that to go down, this area needs to be revisited, and this area needs to be revisited, especially this one, because you do have two equals. You do have this one. You do have literally one, two equals. This equals is liquidity and need to be grabbed. Let's put blue, and we're gonna call it liquidity. Yeah, we do see some spikes here. Now it does create what's happening here. This area is, oh my god. So yeah, what's happening? This area is a liquidity area. So first it's gonna reach our take profits, or and after it's gonna drop it back down in order to grab this liquidity, or it's gonna reach this area, because you do see again, two equals, and after it's gonna bring it back up. This way or another, these areas need to be revisited. It depends, the look what it's doing. It depends actually the direction of it, and this because it does move slow. That's the perfect example and easiest how to show you how the liquidity it does operates. And are you gonna say to me, yeah, but we cannot understand nothing? So to make it more clear, what's happening here? Look, this area, fantastic. Now it's easier to understand what's happening. These two are equals. Yeah, and you drop it. Remember, guys, we are not expecting it to go in this area. It is. Look what happened here. Now it's gonna create two equals, and after it's gonna bring it up to our level where we want it. Here clearly you do see sell pressure, but if you're gonna look at it a little bit closer, then you will understand that this area is liquidity, and it is this one is the that candle. Clearly you do see two opposite things. Yeah, yeah. We are already almost 1% on profits. It does create liquidity here as well. This so according to the logic here, it's gonna continue downwards. If so, let's see. Why? Because here it does create, that uh, this is liquidity. It cannot liquidate it yet because here our stop loss is right now, right? Because based on logic, what I would do, yeah, is I would put my stop loss right here. So if I would go long, I would put my stop loss there. But if I would short, I would put my stop loss right here. And if not there, for sure, here. So that's how it's working, guys. That's how the system is working. And Bitcoin and absolutely everything, all of it is going after liquidity. All of it. Why? Because this is the algorithm, and how many times actually you catch yourself, open a position, put a stop loss, and first it does hit your stop loss, and after it does continue, the direction. Why? Because it have to. Stop losses is how these people they're making money. They do go after stop losses. They do go after all this stuff. By the way, you can follow us on Binance. Yes, and on Binance, our name is ARPGL Analysis. You're gonna see every single trade of our. Everything is organic. Nothing is edited. And now it's a challenge running from 500 to 7,000 from 50,000, but this is long term. It's not. So we do have our space is to reach this goal, these targets around till the end of this year. Look how it does move slowly, 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 slowly. Of course, it cannot. So this is the liquidity. This liquidity is gonna hit our target, and after it's gonna continue downwards. Why downwards? Because actually it does have something to take. This one is liquidity as well. These are shorts. For sure, gonna be some stop losses here as well, 100%. And the reason for that is because here is where the second leg looks like. You can see these, but yeah, sometimes RTP reads in minutes and sometimes makes some hours, but the areas are revisited. We don't open straight away one position with 100% of our account. It's not necessary. We are very very careful with our account, especially now we scale it to 2,500. Well, yeah, especially right now, I try to be very as much careful as I can as possible because it is not necessary to give money back to the market. And we do put small targets because that targets are easier to be reached. Otherwise, you're just guessing, and most of the time, guesses are not what going in your favor. So your stop loss is hitting, and you know frustration coming after that, confidence disappearing. No, we do have this is our strategy, nice, simple, fast. Yeah. Volume looks very, very quiet. Yeah, there is not a lot of traders. That means that market will be slow. Let's see how long it will take. But fantastic. Now we do see a clear direction to our targets. There is some liquidity here needs to be grabbed as well. It's gonna grab this, it's gonna grab that, but the most important, it's gonna grab this one. Fantastic, and that's exactly. Sometimes it does feel like I do move the market. By the end of the day, everything's about liquidity. The most important is to understand it. That is fantastic. That's great. That's exactly what we are looking for. Liquidity is going. Yeah, this thing is going after liquidity 100%. As you can see, there is no anxiety, there is no stress. We are chill. I'm gonna, I will show you guys our started basically this challenge. Not far actually. Beautiful, and it is going to our favor. So yeah, let me show you basically. It's almost yeah. It will hit our TP. As it's our first stream, guys, I'm not so familiar with these things. So yeah, here we are. Clearly, you can see that we're doing pretty well. Our drawdown is incredibly low. So yeah, and let's have almost done. There, guys. Yeah, we do see some activity. We do see some small spikes. I grab the liquidity from here, but I didn't grab the liquidity from there because a lot of stop losses will be somewhere on top here. But yeah, this area here, it does show us that this is the moment, these two areas to be visited clearly. Yeah, we can't close on profit of $24 now, but we can definitely keep it as this area has been visited, is down. So it's gonna try to visit this area as well. For us, it is not necessary to go up on top. Our take profit is slightly more down in order to secure our profits. We are on 1.8% of profits. Our leverage is 5. Nice and beautiful candle we will see right now. We do see some volume. Yeah, it just needs some time, you know. It cannot go straight away up and down. It has to go up, down. Because like that, it does create the liquidity. It does create the pools, and like that, a lot of traders getting stopped or liquidated because a lot of traders, they do use 20x, 10x. I think 5x is the maximum you can use because you do have a space of 20%. So even if the market's gonna move against you on the 2-3%, you can easily just close it, accept the loss, and yeah, just move on. Yeah, we are on 2.2% in profit. You do see sellers there, but that areas need to be revisited. Even if with the spike, you will see a spike as well. Slowly, slowly, it does move upwards. You do see some volume, but to be honest, most of these indicators are just to yeah, it's not so practical, to be honest, especially volume and this and that. Fantastic. So now we're just chilling, just see the market to go to our side. And oh, by the way, after this trade we're done for today, it's a good idea to focus on the personal life as well. Trading is not everything. We are on 3% profit, guys. We're doing fantastic. You do see a lot of spikes there, but you do see that volume is increasing slowly, slowly. Our account is on $2,400, and we started neither 5 days. That's fantastic. So yeah, it is not necessary actually, to trade every day. Market will not give you opportunities every day. Even if it will, it's not necessary to trade. If you don't feel to trade, just close it and move on. Because remember, if one opportunity gonna be missed, another 10 will come, so it's fine. Now you can see some spikes. To be honest, I'm gonna show it to you on Binance, because that is where we are trading. Yeah, here is where exactly you can see absolutely everything. You can see the graph, you can see the liquidity, you can see the liquidity as well. But first, this area needs to be revisited. That is our take profit. This area is liquidity as well. Most of them are equal. So yeah, definitely it is liquidity. And to be honest, if you do feel anxious about this, you can put, a take profit on this one. So because the possibilities here, it's very, very high. It's higher, than this, because here it can take, 1 day to be revisited, and here, the same day, definitely. Here is our profit. Here is our account. Here is our total profit. That's it, guys. Simple, nice, no complications. Yeah, now we're just waiting, guys. We're just waiting. As you can see here, shorts have been trapped. We're gonna trap them. And to be honest, there is a massive possibility these want to be bullies, but we don't trade directions because it's more riskier. Even if something is bullish, a meme coin can drop around 40, 50, 60% in 1 day in order to grab all that longs. After it's gonna continue, like recently happened, with River. He dropped yesterday. He dropped literally 1 day. It dropped around 45%, 45, 50%, something like that. But again, these coins are not for shorting, and the reason for that is because of the funding grades. The funding grades doing a massive damage to your account. Even if you are sure that something gonna drop, and you're gonna see the funding account, the funding rate. If the funding rate shows 2%, it is not 2% of your capital, but if your position it is leveraged, it is, for example, yeah, you're using 5x on 5,000 of 1,000, for example. Yeah, 5x is 5,000 capital. Your volume, your trading volume that moment, uh, 5x. So what's happening is, put every single time, every single 4 hours, 2% from your, from that 5,000, in around 6 hours, your capital gone. And you are like, yeah, I saw basically today it was one guy, and that guy was, oh, this is scam, this is scam. Man, this thing is not scam. It's supposed to be like that because from the moment that is going down, that position need to, the system this way or another, it does make money. That's why it's preferable to trade, especially Bitcoin. The rates, the rate fees of bit to trade Bitcoin, BTC, USDT, it's absolutely high. It's higher than the coins, these coins. So and if you're going after 0.5% position, which is almost guarantee around 60%, possibility you do have to grab it, 70, maybe higher. If their news, it's pumping like no tomorrow and dumping. That's why we are not trading news, especially Bitcoin. Yeah, it's incredible how the system is working, but it is very important to understand the system and to understand exactly what you're trading. Otherwise, always you're gonna be loser. If you are even if you are right, for example, this coin, it has absolutely no use, and and you are like, Okay, from the moment that and we are on almost there, almost there. And look, these are the fees. So this is open fees. So in the end, when these gonna reach to take profits, we're gonna pay 450. We're almost there, guys, and yeah, we're almost there, almost there, as predicted. So this way or another, if you do use these the liquidity sweep methods, you're gonna be always winner. Why? Because you don't give to the system space to manipulate you, because especially the coins, the mint coins, they are so much manipulated. But why? Because the liquidity is very thin, and when you do see thin liquidity, so it did grab the liquidity from here, but it does has to grab the liquidity from here as well, which is not happened yet. And to be honest, because it starts get me tired, I think I will be out because it takes pretty too long. So we will see how it's gonna react from this area, and if it's gonna start dropping it, I'm just closing it because it's not worth it, guys. Yeah, for sure, this area gonna be mid. Volume is pretty low. Everything is low. Price going higher. Definitely, it's gonna be mid. We are $100. To be honest, I'm okay with that, but yeah, did it? No, almost there, almost there. Sorry, guys. 1 minute. We're almost there, almost there. Look how nice and smooth it's going. Yeah, it's gonna hit TP. It will go. It will hit TP. Otherwise, it would make a spike in this area, and after it would drop it slowly, slowly. But we do see that the movement is smooth. So what we're doing is we're just waiting until RTP, will be hit. Do you see these spikes? Yes, you have to be very, very careful with these spikes because sometimes, literally, it does touch it. It does touch your target. Look, look, look. Yeah, it did. So what we're gonna do now? Ah, wait. Yeah, because many times what's happening is it touches it, and after going against. Yes, the first target has been met. We don't see any crazy move yet, so we are targeting our next target as well. And here you can see it's clean. Now we do see some volume now from this area. That means that the second target will be touched as well. RTP will be hit. Except, depends, how the price will react. Yes. Yeah, you do see a reaction, but once price, Yeah, this is something normal. Again, you do see a big spike, so the price will drop. What we're gonna do now is, hmm, yeah, have to grab the liquidity from this. Always it does it. Yeah, it's not. It's small, a little bit more. Yeah, these spikes are liquidity sweeps because it have to grab the liquidity. Yeah, some stop losses are in this area as well. So this bar gonna show the real direction of it. And we are only on 7%, guys. 7% are more than enough, to be honest. The spike is not so big. But yeah, here I would ask myself, does it worth it, to wait more? Our target is 167. I mean, let's try. Nothing to lose, right? The liquidity from this area has been collected. Look, look, look. These ones are stop losses. It's going so smooth. Yeah, all of these ones are stop losses. You can see, low volume. You might see any, yeah, before we'll reach, that part. Look, yeah, this one was stop loss, 100%. Wherever you do see these spikes, these stop losses, it's hunters. We're gonna call them hunters. Because usually what you're doing is you open a position on this area, right? And your stop loss is many times below, many times under. Look at that. Yeah, guys, it's incredible, how the system is working. This thing is algorithm. So it did a lot of shorts has been entered here with stop losses. It did grab, both the sides right now. Yeah, it's gonna hit TP, guys. It will hit. It will hit TP. It will definitely hit TP. Just to mention, we never use 100% of our account because it is not necessary. There is no reason to increase the risk, to reward. Yeah, sellers fighting, but that area needs to be revisited in order to grab the stop losses. Just to mention, I'm not any millionaire. I don't have any Lamborghinis or anything. It's just, a lot of years of experience in this industry. So, is it a scam? You can call it whatever you want. You can totally call it whatever you want, but this thing has been designed to take your money. Why? Because from your money they pay. Yeah, our take profit is 0.392. You're probably gonna see any spike fast, and after that, you're gonna start dropping straight away because that is the highest point. The volume starts slowly going down, but doesn't really matter. These things are, they don't follow volume. They're going after liquidity. The volume thing and all that stuff. They can't create fake volume. They can create absolutely everything. They can manipulate everything, volume, RSI, everything what you think, yeah, it can be manipulated from order flow. You can see, fake here, guys. I would like to add, every single time when you do see this move is liquidity. After that, usually it does continue. You do see continuation, but always market will come back for that. Why? Because there are a lot of stop losses there. People, they think, here's the liquidity, we're gonna put stop loss, but it's not like that. And here to mention, this is a dead market right now with trading. So no, it was just a setup, clean and nice. So we had pure clarity how to play the situation. Look, we are so close. It did clearly grab the liquidity from this one. It try basically, yeah, it might, yeah. They will say us sellers and this and that, but guys, they absorb absolutely everything. They absorb absolutely everything. You can see sellers here. You can see buyers. This is liquidity sweep. These are not buyers. This is liquidity sweep. The Hilton sale is now on, and thankfully, it doesn't sound like this. If it was natural buyers, you're gonna see them like this. These are natural. So after you do see liquidity sweep, and it does continue. Look, it does keeping it. It's not buyers against sellers, guys. It's market is going after liquidity. It is always and it will be always go after liquidity. Where the liquidity and is, market will be revisit that area. And you cannot see and you cannot understand the liquidity on a 4 hour, 15 minute or 1 hour charts. Only on 1 minute charts you can understand it clearly. And remember this and put it very, very good into your memory that every single time you do see a spike, you're gonna see continuation. Now it's down, up, sideways, wherever. After a spike, there is a continuation. After a spike, there is a continuation. As a game, this is how market is moving. We are already 1 hour into these trades, and during this hour, it went up, down, up, down. Why? To create liquidity, to grab liquidity. Nice, simple. A little bit more, it's not a lot. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna say, "Ah, this is resistant." It's not resistant, guys. Resistant is areas with liquidity, with the highest liquidity. That's the resistance, and always they will be revisited at some point, except that resistance is higher than the previous one. Then that's a trend finish. It's moving so slow. You can definitely see some action here. So that means that it will continue. It's gonna hit or take profit, and after that, it's gonna, or it will go down. And it's gonna, well, not a lot of liquidity. Ah, it is. This area is liquid. This area is liquid, and this area is liquid as well. And that's the day traders actually doing it. But the most successful ones are the ones with which do understand where the liquidity is. Now you're gonna say to me, liquidity is everywhere, up, down, sideways. Yeah, but the move, how you will understand the move? Because that liquidity, yes, it can be. Now, yeah, the because last thing I do want is to give them fees. Funding rates start raising. Look, so that means that you could see possible continuation of these points. Yeah, this is how liquidity area looks like. 120. Oh, guys, to be honest, if every day you just go after 10%, I don't think you do need more. But don't forget that even if $50 profit is a good profits. I mean, not a lot of people, they're making this amount of profit. Yeah, if you're gonna put it monthly, it's around $2,000 in a month. And you do see these spikes we were talking about earlier, but here are the big stop losses. This area, 140. Yeah, we're looking very good, guys. Over 10%, 2.5. Do I feel confident that our TP area will be visited? 100%. 100%. And the best way to put your stop, your take profit slightly under the top one. And you can see it clearly, it does, it will visit it. Yeah, understanding the liquidity is the easiest way to become profitable as a trader. That's the literally easiest way. Look, it's algorithm. This thing, it is clearly algorithm. It's going after liquidity. Clearly, a little bit more. Otherwise, this spike would be far bigger. Would be something similar with this area. Maybe a little bit bigger. Almost there. We do need. We are on 0.039. We do need literally 0.00014. A little bit more. We're almost there, literally almost there. Fantastic, and we did hit just like that. Take profit. So easy, so clean. So our plan was three entries. Uh, Even if it will go higher, we don't really care. We could see a drop from here, from this area, which it is something absolutely natural. Yes, as expected. Is going now after this liquidity, and after all this liquidity is going. So our plan was basically my target was this one, but after I did realize that the liquidity from here have been swept from this candle, it came to my attention literally after. So what I did, my entries was completely different. My first entry, I don't know, was somewhere random, basically. I don't know. My second entry was under here, and I had another entry here. So nice, clean trade, guys. It did took me a while. Was it worth it? Definitely, yeah. As you can see, it does continue, but we don't really care at this point because take profit have been taken. We are not risking. We don't actually trade trends. We trade reactions, how the market reacts, and we do see and we do follow levels. Yeah, that's all. Three entries, nice entries. Everything was calculated. Our risk was calculated. The area has been respected, and nice, simple trade. And yeah, hope I will show you next time something more. Yeah, next time I'm gonna try to show you how to trade the trends, how to identify the liquidity sweeps, and how you be very very precise with your entries, because entries are the most important thing in trading, and the reason for that is because a bad entry, even if it is profitable, it's again, the profits are not there. It's gonna be below your expectations. We are not gambling. We analyzing, we looking the market. As you can see, price continue higher. We don't really care. We did our part. and we do disappear. Nice, simple. Thanks again for watching, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye.